I'm sure you must have seen a lot of camera reviews of this Realme 11 Pro Plus and its comparison with the cameras on the Realme 10 Pro Plus. But how many people really look to upgrade from the 10 Pro Plus to the 11 Pro Plus? I'm sure not a lot. Many people would be looking to upgrade to this 11 Pro Plus from an even older device. So in this video, I'll be comparing the cameras on this Realme 11 Pro Plus with the ones on the Realme 9 Pro Plus. There is a good 16 plus month gap between these two phones, so it would be nice to see if or how much the cameras on the Realme's number series phones have improved over this time. The Realme 11 Pro Plus has some impressive numbers to boast as it comes with a 200 megapixel Samsung ISO HP3 image sensor. The Realme 9 Pro Plus on the other hand comes with just a 50 megapixel image sensor, but it's a Sony image sensor which is known to consistently deliver better results than its Samsung counterparts. So this is going to be a really interesting comparison. Another thing, the macro cameras on both these phones are pretty much useless, so I'm again not going to waste any time comparing the macro shots. With that out of the way, let us begin by checking the images which I took during the bright daytime from the main cameras on both these phones. These are 12 megapixel bin shots from both the phones. Now monsoon has made its way to most parts of India, but I was fortunate enough to be able to take some shots in bright sunny lighting conditions. These are basically perfect lighting conditions for any smartphone's camera. As you can see, both these phones have captured plenty of details in these images. Even this early in the comparison, we start noticing that the Realme 9 Pro Plus is showing more details in the shadows, and there is also a slight magenta tint in the 11 Pro Plus's images. In the very next shot, we see 9 Pro Plus messing up the colors with a green tint in its shot, and here the 11 Pro Plus is showing how the scene looked in real life. It did try to overexpose the brighter parts of the shot, but I still think its image looks better here. While the 9 Pro Plus is not very consistent with its colors, it is still doing a very good job keeping up with the 200 megapixel sensor and the newer image processing algorithm on the Realme 11 Pro Plus. In this particular shot, 9 Pro Plus has captured a bit more contrast, which makes it feel like there is more depth in its image, while one from the 11 Pro Plus is looking a bit flat in comparison. Now looking at the overall colors, ones from the Realme 11 Pro Plus look a bit more natural, while ones from the 9 Pro Plus seem a lot more saturated. The actual colors of the scene were how you could see them in the 11 Pro Plus's images. Color is a personal choice, so I'm not saying that ones from one phone are looking better than the other, but if you prefer more natural looking colors, the 11 Pro Plus delivers that. Now we come to the HDR shots. If you saw my camera review of the Realme 11 Pro Plus, in that one, I said that it makes the colors look more saturated when the HDR mode is triggered, and this Realme 9 Pro Plus is even more aggressive than that. It does very well in bringing up the darker parts of the scene and preserving the brighter areas to some extent, but you can clearly make out that its images look a lot processed. This is not bad by any means, but I don't prefer this aggressive processed look in my images. I would prefer the HDR shots on the 11 Pro Plus, and while I feel it should be lifting the shadows a bit more, that is something which I can easily do in the Photos editing app. Both the phones can take very good close-up shots, but if I had to pick one, I would say 11 Pro Plus is doing slightly better. First of all, despite of having a 200 megapixel sensor, it lets you get really close to the subject. 9 Pro Plus on the other hand makes you click the shot from a few inches further away. On top of that, the background gets much more blurred out in the close-up shots on the 11 Pro Plus, and again, it is showing much better and accurate looking colors in its close-up shots. If you are tapping on your subject while taking these shots, just make sure to bring the brightness slider down a bit, because both these phones tend to overexpose the shot when you tap to focus on any nearby object. Both of them get an 8 megapixel sensor behind their ultra-wide angle lens, so the resulting images also look very similar from both. It's nice to be able to capture a much wider field of view, but you won't find too many details in either of their wide shots. Some elements in the center of the frame are a bit sharper in the wide shots on the 11 Pro Plus, and that might very well be because of the newer image processing algorithm. Looking at these two shots, you just can't say that one is looking much better than the other, so I think we'll leave the wide cameras in a tie. Now we come to the high resolution shots. Even before we get to check out the difference in the details being captured, you might have obviously caught the difference in the dynamic range in these shots. I mentioned this in the 11 Pro Plus's camera review as well, that the phone's processor doesn't seem to be able to handle all of the information that the 200 megapixel sensor is throwing at it. Realme 9 Pro Plus on the other hand has no issues handling the 50 megapixel images, and it also manages to capture amazing dynamic range in these shots. You can easily see that there is so much more information in the darker areas in the image from the Realme 9 Pro Plus, and it also manages to preserve a lot of information in the brighter areas. The 11 Pro Plus doesn't do all that well in both these scenarios. Anyways, these are 250 megapixel shots on the 11 Pro Plus and 9 Pro Plus respectively, so let's check out the difference in the details that they are capturing. If you compare a 12 megapixel versus 50 or 200 megapixel shot, you will see a huge difference in the amount of details. But while comparing a 50 and 200 megapixel shot, even after zooming in so much, we don't see that many extra bit of details in the 200 megapixel shots. The 50 megapixel shots by themselves capture a ton of details, and I strongly feel that that is more than enough resolution that anyone might need in their images. So while having a 200 megapixel sensor on your phone might give you some bragging rights, in real life it doesn't add any more significant information to your shots. So even on the 11 Pro Plus, I like to stick with the 50 megapixel shots if I ever need the extra bit of resolution. For rest of the shots, which comprise 95% of my images, I just like to stick with the default 12 megapixel mode on both these phones. Coming to the portrait shots. On the newer 11 Pro Plus, the camera app defaults to 2x zoomed in portrait mode, and this is how that shot looks compared to the normal 1x portrait shots. While the composition looks better while taking 2x digitally zoomed in portrait shots, I personally feel that the faces look a lot softer in these images, so I like to stick with the normal 1x portrait mode. Both the phones are capturing amazing amount of details in these portrait shots, which you can see as I zoom in on these images. When zoomed in so far, you can also make out that both of them have added some amount of detail sharpness to the subjects of these shots. 9 Pro Plus tried to brighten the face and has also added a bit too much sharpening to the face, which makes its image have that obvious processed look. In this sort of images, again the 11 Pro Plus has captured better looking colors and the 9 Pro Plus has added a green hue to the entire shot, but it is also the one who has captured better dynamic range. Look at the sky in the background. It's even more clearly visible in this set of portrait shots. 11 Pro Plus has completely blown out the sky in the background, whereas 9 Pro Plus did very well to evenly expose the entire shot. Both these phones tend to overexpose when there are faces in the shot, and in that process, 11 Pro Plus messes up the other brighter parts as well. You can tap on the face of your subject and adjust the brightness slider manually to make the shot look more balanced on both these phones, and then the portrait shots from both the phones look much better. But in most of the cases, people won't even realize that their shots have been overexposed until it's too late, so I would really like Realme to send an update to address this issue. The edge detection is pretty much similar from both, and they both can use some refinements via software updates. I know I'm one of the very few people who take portraits of objects, but if you're like me and you enjoy taking shots like these, then both these phones do a really good job with it. If you would want to make your smartphone images look like they have been captured with a DSLR camera, try clicking them in the portrait mode and see how good they turn out. Now we move on to the images that were shot in less than ideal lighting conditions, starting with this set which I captured on an overcast evening. Both the phones did fairly well considering that there wasn't a lot of sunlight around. There is obviously less details in these shots than there was during the bright daytime, but at least both of them have managed to keep the noise to a minimum. As we move to even lower light, you can clearly see a difference in the colors that both these phones capture. The amount of light was low, but it was still adequate for both the phones to capture enough details in their images. For some reason, in these lighting conditions, the 11 Pro Plus started messing up the colors. The actual colors of the scene were how you could see them in the Realme 9 Pro Plus's images. The 11 Pro Plus is just making everything appear a lot more muted or dull than how the scene looked in real life. I tried turning on the AI enhancement mode, but it didn't make the colors appear any better from the 11 Pro Plus. It also made the brighter parts of the scene blow out, while the 9 Pro Plus handled both the exposure and colors really well in these lighting conditions. Now look at this set of images for details and not the colors. These lights were changing continuously, so the colors in these two images don't match. Image from the 9 Pro Plus seems a bit sharper, but it also captured more noise. These are shots without the night mode turned on, but you can still see that 9 Pro Plus is able to capture more light in the shadows, while the 11 Pro Plus is crushing the shadows in its images. It does capture more light once the night mode is turned on, but the colors are still more accurate from the Realme 9 Pro Plus. Everything in both these shots look much more sharper and detailed with the night mode turned on. It also handles the brighter areas better. I would have still liked for the 11 Pro Plus to capture more light in the darker parts though. It has OIS, so Realme could have easily kept the shutter open for slightly longer so it could capture more light, but they chose to do it this way. Anyways, both the phones have the option to have the night mode turn on automatically when the light gets lower, so you don't have to worry about turning it on yourself. I personally just like to have it set to manual while taking these shots. Both the shots look good to me. You can check them for yourself and see which one looks better to you. I think all of this is a big advantage for the Realme 9 Pro Plus. 11 Pro Plus came out 16 months after the 9 Pro Plus, but its images are not noticeably better. In fact, in some of the cases, the 9 Pro Plus ended up capturing better looking shots. Now, when I was looking at the images from the 11 Pro Plus alone, I thought it did a decent job, and in this comparison video, I thought it would be doing much better than the 9 Pro Plus, but it is not. That brings us to the front-facing cameras. 11 Pro Plus now comes with a 32 megapixel selfie camera, while the 9 Pro Plus had a 16 megapixel one. There is a difference in the colors and amount of contrast that both these front-facing cameras are capturing. I, however, honestly don't see 2 times more details in the selfies from the 11 Pro Plus. In fact, in some of these selfies, it is the 9 Pro Plus which seems to have captured slightly more details. It is also the one which handles the skin tones and overall colors a lot better. 11 Pro Plus on the other hand is making the skin appear a lot pale in comparison. While faces appear brighter in normal and portrait selfies from the Realme 11 Pro Plus, they have a very obvious processed look to them. Some people actually prefer this look, so I'm again not saying that one is better than the other. You have a look at these selfies for yourself and decide which one looks better to you. Here is a video from the front-facing camera of the Realme 11 Pro Plus and the Realme 9 Pro Plus. You can see how both these phones are handling the overall colors of the scene, exposure and stabilization when I'm walking around with them. Both these phones are limited at shooting 1080p videos with their front-facing cameras. You guys can also let me know in the comments which one do you think is picking my voice better. Now both the phones can shoot 4K 30fps videos with the main rear camera. And they have OIS, so the videos don't look as shaky as 4K videos from the other phones in this price range. Overall colors look much better in the videos from the Realme 11 Pro Plus, while there is a slight green tint in the video from the Realme 9 Pro Plus. There is still some wobble in the videos from both these phones, and when you switch to the 1080p 30fps resolution, EIS also kicks in, and that combined with OIS makes the videos look much more stable. Unfortunately, you have to give up on a lot of resolution and video quality to gain this stability. Overall video wise, I think the 11 Pro Plus is doing a better job, both with the quality and colors in these videos. With that, we have seen over 120 image and video samples from both these phones combined. While the Realme 9 Pro Plus is a bit inconsistent with colors in the few daytime situations, it is still doing really well to keep up with the 200 megapixel sensor on the newer Realme 11 Pro Plus. For me, personally, the 200 megapixel resolution makes no difference, and frankly, I'm happy sticking with the default 12 megapixel resolution on both these phones. If I'm being honest, I was hoping that the 11 Pro Plus will be performing much better than it did in this comparison. This goes to show that any of the phones that you might have been using from the last 2 years or so is still very competitive in terms of its cameras. What do you guys think about the cameras on both these phones? Let me know in the comments. That is it for this video guys. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to the channel for a lot more quality tech videos like this. You can also check out some of the other videos from this channel. This has been Sagar and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.